What's going on, boys? Today we are talking a bit about extroverted versus introverted judging functions. This is an observation on the functions, as well as a trick for typing people when similar judging functions are at work. I've noticed the extroverted judging functions are convergent and the introverted judging functions are divergent. Now, what this means is the same extroverted judging functions operating in different people are going to end up in similar or the same places. Starting with FE, let's say you ask a number of different FE types, all to examine the same set of people. There's one who is masking anger, there's one who is masking sadness, and there is one who is masking happiness. A TE-FI type might not pick up on any of this masking at all, whereas all the FE types are going to pick up on the masking and generally on the emotions. Now, they're probably going to have different ideas on why those emotions are showing up and why those individuals might be masking them, but they all are going to pick up on the fact these people are feeling these specific emotions and masking them. That's what I mean by convergent. They're going to see the same things for the same reasons. Now you jump over to T. You give a number of TE types the same set of tools and ask them to use these tools to solve this problem. They might not all use the same method to solve the problem, but they'll have thought about all those methods. As in, you bring them together to review each other's work after solving the problem, and you'll hear a lot of, I thought about that, and it has some merits, but I went with this one because convergence. They all see the same roots. Now you ask a group of TI types to solve the same problem with the same tools, and they're going to come up with solutions and, more importantly, lines of thinking different not only from the TE types, but also from the other TI types. Going back to the emotions example, let's say a group of FI types are aware of this masking and these emotions. They're going to come up with their own reasons for why this is taking place, and their reasoning is going to be completely different from each other. And with the extroverted judging functions, I think it goes beyond just convergence. I think it steps into the realm of fact. With FE, factually, this might not be exactly what's going on, and we might not know the reasons for why this emotion or social feeling is what it is, but it is what it is. This is happening. With TE, you might be able to come up with some off-the-wall method of getting this problem solved, but factually, this is, or these are, the most efficient, even if they may seem impractical. And knowing this is useful for, if not determining a bunch of people's types, then at least figuring out which axes you're working with. Because the people with the same extroverted judging functions are going to end up in the same or similar spots. Some of the people in your group make the exact same observations about an individual or another group. They might be FE types getting the same read. A few people in your group come up with the exact same approach to solving a problem. They might be TE types putting the puzzle together the same way. Now remember, this is just one part. A bunch of TE types might agree The hungry need to be fed, and we can accomplish that with X. But their reasoning for why the hungry must be fed and why X must be used are going to be very different and probably wacky from an FE perspective. A group of FE types might all recognize someone is upset and hiding it, but their thoughts on why that person might be upset and what should be done about it will be completely different, and probably offensive to FI sensibilities. And you might be wondering if this has any carryover to the extroverted and introverted sensing functions. Well, right now, my answer is not in any way I can see. But, as always, the beautiful thing about typology is wherever there is one thing, somewhere else there is also another thing, a corresponding thing. You might not be able to perceive that other thing generally yet. You might pick up on specifics, but not correlate them yet. You might never stumble into it at all unless you're looking hard, but it is there. So we'll keep an eye on our perceiving functions for a while and see what we come up with. But on that note, I've been reading about a bunch of weird shit lately, and I'm beginning to think that there might be more to typology than the more we are already aware of. As in, cognitive functions are already operating on a strange but functional, that's why I'm sticking with cognitive functions, wavelength. But maybe it's worth reading even more into typology. Maybe there is even more we can learn we haven't even gotten to yet. But in summary, extroverted judging functions are convergent, introverted judging functions are divergent. But that about rippity wraps this one up. I hope you enjoyed watching, because I certainly enjoyed making it. Don't worry, we have another order development video coming soon enough, I hope, if I can figure out how to word all this correctly. Like if you enjoyed, because it helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't, because we do this shit sometimes, and comment your thoughts, because I love hearing from you. What do you think about convergence and divergence in the judging functions? Examples, anything. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Really, we have a lot of fun on this channel. So much fun, in fact, you can give it away. Because giving is more fun than receiving. And that's how much fun we have on this channel. And I look forward to doing this with you guys again in the future.